Good morning, one and all. My name is KOTESWARA CHARY, Assistant Professor in CSC Department. Today, we are going to discuss about the IoT, Internet of Things. This is a very important topic because of nowadays we are going to use every device and every instrument made with the IoT technology. The IoT technology is very low price and very efficient. In different aspects, they are using IoT technology in industries, household applications, and different things. Today, we are going to cover all the things, and we are interconnection between the Raspberry Pi and IoT, and how we are going to implement that, and how we are going to install the Raspberry Pi and different things. We are going to discuss now. Second, introduction to Raspberry Pi and different contents we have. That one is the first one, introduction to Raspberry Pi, and the second one, modules in the Raspberry Pi. Another one, overview of the Raspberry Pi. Some example projects also we are going to discuss in the Raspberry Pi, and some software requirements and hardware requirements, Raspberry Pi voice installation process, how we are going to done, and we are deeply discuss the Raspberry Pi utilization in our project requirements. Right. Next one, introduction to Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi, we are going to discuss the Raspberry Pi. First of all, IoT. IoT means Internets of Things. These are the very base utilization for everyone. Begum. ఒకటి తేవాలి సాంబార్ ఒకటి తీసుకొస్తా ఇంకా okay, now we are going to discuss about the IoT. Okay, so that are used in nowadays very importantly. IoT stands for to Internets of Things. It refers to interconnectionness of the physical devices such as appliances, vehicles, and that are embedded with some software, sensors, connectivity. These are the different things. We are together, we are going to develop some things that can be used with the Arduino board and Raspberry Pi. Different technologies we have. Now we are going to discuss about mainly in the Raspberry Pi. So what are the things we are going to exchange the data utilizing the devices? What are the devices we are using that are Internets of Things? This technology allow to collecting, sharing of the data, vast technology network to devices to create opportunity to the users, more efficient and automated systems. Okay. Then another thing here, we are mainly concentrated on the electronic embedded things. Electronic embedded things. They have a fixed technology, the device that we are going to combine with another device. Then we can be recognize some almost good data from the environment. The upcoming years, the IoT-based technologies offer advanced level that can be a particularly changing way of people leading their daily lives. The way we are living in the society, we are going to change with using IoT technology. Medical, agriculture, smart cities, general therapies, and smart homes, like that, we are going to strongly establish it with the IoT technology. The IoT system, interrelated things, computing devices, medical and digital computing, object, animals, people, that what not, we can be discover the new type of living in our society. It is a unique thing and very low cost. To ability to transfer the data over the network required to human or human to computer interaction. The here we will get know about the IoT is involved also most explained each and everything we inverted. 1982 vending machine and 1990 roaster, 1999 IoT coin and 2000 LG smart fridge and 2024 smartwatch, 2004 smartwatch, 2007 smart iPhone, 2009 car testing, smart TV, Google Lens, and ecosystem, and different things. The four things: device and sensor, connectivity, data processing, interface. These are the things we know about the IoT. Now we are going to start with the actual topic. Introduction to Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is the name of this series of a single board computer. Single board computer. It is a very small. It can be carry with your hand, a single hand. It can be have only in the 4-inch computer. It made with Raspberry Pi foundation. It is a foundation through we are going to found that single board. The US charity that aims to educate the people of computing easy access to the computer education. The nowadays the computer cost is very high. Every people we cannot buy the computer. That's why they can introduce the small single board computer to give the chance to learn about the computer. That is main thing. Easy to access also, easy to carry, easy to access all the things we have. And another Raspberry Pi launched in 2012. 2012 launch చేశారు. Launched. Iterations, variation related since we have a different versions in the 2012 to nowadays. Every part is updated for every time. They have the processor, RAM, ROM, and all the things we have in this Raspberry Pi. And it is a circuit like a computer. What we are done with the computer that can be done with the Raspberry Pi. Here the process speed is some what it is low, but the every work we can done with the Raspberry. Here we displayed some details about that 1.5 gigahertz, 700 mghs, 4 GB RAM, 256 MB RAM, like that. We have a small, but the cost is also very low. Nowadays, every computer should be buy with the required 30 to 40,000, but the Raspberry Pi cost only 3 to 5,000. That's why it is very low cost. Next, all over the world, the peoples are using Raspberry Pi to learn the programming skills, build the hardware projects, to automation of the automation, implementing different clusters, edge computing, and even using industrial applications also, home appliances also, and all the things we can develop with the Raspberry Pi. In other countries, it is very more, but compared to India, now it is implementing and it is developing and it is creating the new trend to our society. For example, car. Every direction we have the cameras. It is sensing the walls and different vehicles. If it is reaching some distance, then can be give the sensing sound like that. The Raspberry Pi is a very cheap computer that run on Linux. Different ways. It providing a GPIO pins. GPIO pins means general purpose input and output. It can be gather the data and give to output to the user. Allow the control the electronic components for the physical computing and the internet of the things. We have a different models. different models that when we version to version, they are changing some structure also. Means they have only one HDMI cable, but another version they have a two HDMI cable, processor updating, RAM updating, all the things we can done with the 2012 to 24 also. Here the different models with the name with the Pi 1 model B, Pi 1 model A, Pi 1 model B plus A plus B, like that we have a different versions. Pi 400 to 021. Now we are going to know about the overview of the Raspberry Pi. A simple example, that one is the PI4, Raspberry PI4. The variety of forms, factors, different cases we have. Looking most recent versions. The simple example, Raspberry Pi 4. Below the board is have a layout is also there. A slight differences previous models and next models also. See here, what is the architecture we have here? That a simple way. First one, Raspberry Pi board. Raspberry Pi board. Here, general purpose input output pins, micro SD card, external display port, and USB port, and HDMI, camera port, jack, whatever it is, we are going to discuss. Ethernet and USB ports, both are. So first one, general purpose input and output pins. These are the 40 pins we have. The 40 pins are used for input and output. Every electronic device requires the power. For example, blinking LED, temperature, or traffic lights, whatever it is, it required a power. That power is required. So we have a power ports also, ground ports, GPIO pin ports, and program run. We are going to run the background. That should be have some ports. Like that, we have the party pins input for and output. Micro SD card. It is going to gather the voice from the user, and we are going to run that board using operating system. That OS is considered by the micro SD card. They have that capability to store that and give to the Raspberry Pi. And external display, digital display we have in the calculator something. That digital result we have, the temperature or something other. They can use that. Mm. USB port, power port. We require the power for every electronic device. And another one, HDMI ports and camera ports. HDMI means we are going to connect with the monitor. We require high dimensional results, resolution. That's why we are using HDMI. And camera port, we should be communicate with others. We require the camera. Home appliances, we require the camera. And other things, we require to connect the camera here with the camera module. And AV jack is also required to audio jack. You should be read the audio. You should give the audio to the user, output audio also. That is the main thing. And Ethernet port. It is the internet. We should be connected with the internet cable. Cable wise, it required a Ethernet port. And another two things here, ESP 2.0 and 3.0. The speed of data we are going to transfer and connecting the mouse and keyboard. Mainly mouse and keyboard, we should be connected and communicate with the different things in our computer. These are the main things we explained here. The processor we have and RAM is also there in the circuit. We required that what purpose we design, that is going to done with those parts. Okay. What we explained previous, now we have the name here, a component, general purpose input output pins. It is a 40 pin. We already given the data. And Ethernet port and 3.0, 2.0 port, AV jack, we are already explained. Camera port is already explained. And HDMI connect with monitor. In the normal computers, VGA cable is also there. But here, HDMI ports are there. ESP power port, we should be required the power, external display, setting up all the things is setting up the Raspberry Pi. Unlikely Arduino board. It required the USB cable, that's it. But the main difference is that can be run only one program, one task. But Raspberry Pi can run with the different modules. It is single thread. These are the main. And different applications also you can run with the Raspberry Pi. Here, hardware requirement is also there. Monitor, you should be required to connect and get the result in the monitor also. Micro SD card, we should be install OS, Raspberry and OS, and keep on to the Raspberry Pi. Keyboard and mouse, it should be required to type the program or executing the program. We required both. HDMI cable to connect the monitor, we required. Power supply cable, it is also required. Some of the projects, example projects in the Raspberry Pi. Line following robot, home weather station, retro gaming machine, and real-time object detection, and a Minecraft server, and button-controlled music box, medium center, remote experiments on the international space stations. And these are the different applications, different projects done with the Raspberry Pi. Then we can done different projects also, traffic lights, and blinking LED, temperature reading, and the vehicle sensor, distance measuring, all things we have. We can done with this Raspberry Pi. With a same board, we can run different programs. But Arduino board, it is not possible. Like how to install the Raspberry Pi, Raspberry and OS in Raspberry Pi. First of all, this is the open source operating system. You can download the operating system and install in your memory card, and it is attached to your Raspberry Pi and run the programs. First, this is the basic thing. So what you require? Card reader is required. Some computer is required to install. The computer have some OS that can be Linux, my MS, Mac OS or Windows. What are the OS are there in your computer that should be mentioned. Then we are going to install. For example, Windows. We choose the Windows operating system. Windows operating system. Then install some application to your computer, because interaction between the internet and your memory card, that should be choose some application, that is a application is required. Application is required, that is Windows. For example, here see here Raspberry Pi imager for Windows, Raspberry Pi imager for Mac OS, Raspberry Pi imager for Ubuntu. Like that, we can choose what is operating system we have in your computer first. So, for example, I have the Windows. Then select the Windows. I have the Mac OS. Select the Mac OS. I have the Ubuntu. Choose the Ubuntu. I am choosing Ubuntu here. Then, after downloading the Raspberry Pi imager software, then you should be installed that in your computer. Like that here. So operating system, we Ubuntu I chosen, then automatically the application is downloaded and installed in your computer along with SD card. So what is there in this application? Please see here. Choose OS, choose SD card and write. It is not highlighted because we are not choosing the OS and the SD card. After choosing the OS and SD card, then only this is highlighted. The recommended Raspberry, it is a recommended OS. Please choose that one. It is very compatible to all other things. Then I am choosing this one. Next, memory card is chosen. General micro SD card media 2. It is already selected. And then go to the here. Raspberry and chosen operating system. Generic micro SD is already there in our computer. First, the memory card is should be format, or copy the data. What is the data we have in the memory card? Please copy that one and write is highlighted now. and click on the right option, then automatically it is updated and installed at the OS. After see, once the formatting installing completely, you see the message here. Operating system has been written your SD card. What SD card you are given, automatically the SD card is getting the result. You should be have the internet connection. Then only that is going to download, because they have that 1 GB, 1.1 GB download. It should be download through internet only. This after completion, we can remove that card and simply keep into your Raspberry Pi, and we can run different Python programs because the interaction is started. The OS is there. Thank you, all of you. This is the session. Today we are going to close the session. Thank you.